It's okay. Okay.
I mean, sometimes.
Now the stream is working, supposedly. OBS decided to just like, no, how about I just shut down every time you try to launch me? Great. This is,
Hey,
you know.
there we are.
Oh.
Not ideal, that's for sure.
Well, that's somewhat less than ideal.
A memoir?
Yeah.
All right.
Mood.
Let's get this party started.
Mhm.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Anyone who's joining ahead of the live stream, jump ahead roughly about, I don't know, 10 minutes, because that's how late we are. And to get the SHOT Show rundown, good, the bad, the what the F, the talkathon. What did you name it? What?
It's a talkathon.
Talkathon.
We're talking, and it's a thon. All right.
It's wow. We're only one
Could-
G away.
I would like a definition on thon.
Don't worry
Like I
about it.
said, it's only one G away.
When one thons?
Just one thon. This is a thon.
Yeah.
Little there. Chinese finger trap is this is a thon. THON.
And Joe's stuck for the rest of the night.
Oh Jesus!
I think Joe
Not
needs to stop.
that
Joe
would be
needs to
horrible.
stop
Well, I was
Ben,
struggling to
Jacob?
get YouTube to respond on the fucking browser I'm using. Like, blah, blah. You get word salad. There you go.
Bleb, bleb.
Thanks for joining us, Ben. Jacob, what are you carrying the sieves? Ben, I don't care. I take it back after last week. Oh,
That's
starting rough. I don't care. That way, it can seem gentlemanly later.
Is that what that is? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah. It's manipulation at its finest, you see.
Well, as long as something's being manipulated, I guess.
And it could be finer, let's be honest. It's
I've seen finer.
I've seen finer. Yeah, we live in 2025. It's so
there's a long road behind us, right?
Oh.
Don't think about it too hard.
No.
Good times.
Oh, I almost fell in that hole.
Well, yeah.
So who wants to go first? I can go first if you want.
Oh,
Sure, we've gone first for a while.
sure. I did just
I got
download the
new.
picture, so yeah. You got new shit?
I got new shit.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Paul, what'd you get?
Yeah.
Well,
You'll
that's
find
okay.
out.
We can wait till last.
Yeah, you'll find out.
I got new stuff too, but it was a while ago, and you guys kind of knew about it. And then I realized I never actually posted a picture of it because there was just like holidays, and then things were things, and it actually has straight up gone into my rotation. But it is the fully completed Advent calendar.
Hey,
Very nice.
That's hot.
We went blue hardware. We went copper on the bolskies. We went blue thumb studs. We went take it apart just because it's weird as hell. You can do it. Yeah. Boom.
So such a neat concept.
Is that copper in the photo? Because that looks like pretty brassy.
But I messed with it. Shut your face. Kind of brassy looking now. Yeah.
I'm gonna point shit out. It's all right.
I was in a very dark photo, and I wanted to look like it was more of a light photo.
I understand.
Coming off of this knife now, and there was no sunlight coming off of this knife. It's.
Yeah.
I understand.
Natural lighting, best lighting.
Yeah. So,
Very much so.
If you look here, you can probably see more of the Capatone.
It does still look like a pretty brassy copper, which I'm not complaining about, but yeah.
Yeah. So Duracell battery.
Would that,
I think our web guy referred to it as?
Would that add or remove like hardness?
It would increase hardness and.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. So copper is really, 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 really tough, but it's not particularly strong or like deformation resistant.
So they might have added some alloying element to it to make it stronger.
It wouldn't shock me because copper marks up like super fast.
Yeah.
And thanks to the fantastic wife for giving me that. And like I said, it's straight up. It's gone into a right-hand pocket carry, and especially for something that's not American made, it's finds a home. More of this here. Yeah.
I kind of want to see that on more knives. Just a removable blade. It's a neat concept.
So here, I don't know if either one of you guys have actually seen. It's basically the exact same blade, but it's nail nicky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So, as far as the interchange
Like-
is. Yeah.
If you're a person that travels regularly from like one place to the other, and you could just leave one in each place, it'd be super convenient for travel and just having
Vacation
things.
home type of
Yeah,
thing. And
exactly.
It's my vacation home knife. Yeah.
It's just a handle in between, and
I mean, I might leave a second knife at the other location, but yeah, a second blade. I mean, if you're going to be gimmicky
Well-
about it, why not? Yeah.
yeah.
Carry on, couple days.
Well, it gives
That's
you
it.
another option. It's just never a bad thing. Sweet.
So yeah, like I said, it's finally completed and good times. Good times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned briefly it was washerless. So
Yeah, I'm.
Right.
Yeah,
fluorinated grease, steel on steel.
there's been
It's
a
a good
couple.
idea.
Yeah, there's been a couple of knives now that I've noticed in my collection that are washerless constructions that aren't slip joints, and I'm looking at them like these are way smoother than they should be. How necessary are washers? Like, start thinking about this stuff, and yeah, thinking silly things now.
Well, I mean, it's not butter. There's not like glassy.
Oh no,
It's you got a little bit of shuds, a little bit of shudder going on as it comes down. Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
Quick shout
The
out.
shuds isn't a word. I take it back.
The
Like
shuds?
I make shit up and I own it. I'm just like, nope, that's a thing. Whatever, crispy. It's crispy now. No.
The shuds.
The
I mean,
shuds.
it's-
I take it back.
It better
Take
than
it out.
better than the shids.
You're never living that one down.
SHIDS, but
I've shitted a time or two.
well, I think we all have, unfortunately.
That's it. Infinite, what is up? He's carrying the stress of his hot water heater not working.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
That's booty cheeks. Sorry to hear that. Just climb into a pot and get on the stove. Set it real low.
I've had boiled water baths. Those are fun.
Yeah.
I remember
Sometimes you
slipping and spilling that boiling water everywhere. Not having a good time.
no.
Yeah. Who else is carrying what? Kaiser Veritas?
The Veritas.
Uh,
Little bro Joe.
Little bro.
Jack Wolf.
nice.
I
Very
don't
cool.
know the prowess.
Amazing.
The Olight prowess.
I think it's a knife. I think it's one of their O knives.
No,
Old
Olight is
Kniffs?
it's a flashlight with a very
Oh, is
wide,
it?
very wide bezel. I want to call that.
Oh, that's
Oh.
the. Okay, I do know that one. That one's cool. That one has a forward-facing beam and a beam that faces back towards the handle, so you can set it up as a lantern.
Well, that's
So-
kind of cool for like camping.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
Is that an EDC size?
No.
I mean, that's you know those big steel
Dude.
rings we used to sell at the shop, Dennis, where like you have the strip of leather, you got the big fucking steel ring hanging off of that. Well, this flashlight, you could just toss that sucker in there and have the lantern light up your feet. Yeah.
Saying, what are you carrying tonight? It's a Sunday afternoon as we're sitting around, doing baton spins with my Olight prowess.
Yeah.
I've had this thing in a shopping cart or two. Looking at it,
Yeah.
it's a neat idea.
I'm interested. It looks neat.
It seems like every time I look at it, the thing that I find that I'm thinking about is just how convenient it would be, like when you're meal prepping at night
Mm-hmm.
and just can see. It's like 800 lumens or something like that, and a yellow beam, more like natural light on the back, and a cool light forward.
I gotcha. Yeah.
I think it's like 4,000 lumens, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, for that
Yeah.
much beef, I would hope it at least has that capacity.
That's it.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Ryan, GR75, thanks for joining us as well. John Witwicky, you popped in as well there. Everyone, what y'all carrying? We're going down the rundown. Next, who's next?
Me. Because Paul's got new shit. And I have some
Oh,
very
yeah.
old shit. One of the last two ZT folders I have, the 620 CF, has found its way into my pocket once again.
Isn't that what you were carrying last week too?
I don't think so.
No, wasn't it a 707
No,
last
I'm
week?
pretty sure it was the 707.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be forgiven for confusing the two. They're so similar.
Yeah.
Wow. I
They
mean,
got
you
the same
do
logo
like
and everything.
identical knives for sure.
Oh,
Like,
dude. Well, fuck, I have like 2 different versions of the crossbones, and this may as well be the better version of those knives. So, I mean, I gotcha. I understand.
What
But
what's that tagline again? Built tough? Something like
um,
that?
one of these is.
Yeah.
That being said, this one survived a fall with minimal damage. In a place I wasn't expecting. Tang broke off. It's
At
okay.
least
The
it
knife still
wasn't
works.
like
Oh,
an important tang.
oh well, yeah. I mean, the flipper didn't break. I didn't lose a tip. The knife still locks up. The stop and hits where it's supposed to. I'm happy.
That's it.
I don't think this thing would care if I dropped it onto concrete. It's just a beefy knife. This is the way that Emerson should have been made. Again, I hear the new ones are fantastic. I have to keep telling myself that it's not the case, so I don't have to buy in their most basic model. I still love the look of the A100, but yeah, this thing's mean. Like snapping it open from the wave off of pants, it cracks open. It you feel like a real serious tactical operator when you're carrying this stupid thing.
I feel like I missed out on this era of ZTs. Like this level where it's like the 1/2 inch wrench for the pivot and everything else,
Yeah,
or the 10mm, whatever. I can't remember which one it was.
I actually
Yeah.
have.
the Tigger knife days. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a 9.5 mil. Yeah, that's a weird
Okay.
size.
So it's probably
9.38, so 9.5 undersized. That's a weird. That's got to be imperial. That's,
it's probably 1/2 inch or something like that. 3/8.
3.37 inches. I don't know what that is in fractional, and I don't have fractions on this, so
That's fair.
you get nothing, I guess. Good day.
Thank you. Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I could find something like this on the secondary market, it would be hard to say no to.
They do pop up from time to time, but they go so fast. I've seen ones on Blade forums that are like decent user level stuff with S35 G10 handles, different designs that are big, beefy, whatevers, and even now the old stuff they still just like vanish. It's like sweet. That would have been a sweet deal for like 100 American.
Yeah. Well, and people know what they are.
This one's the 620. Did you say
620 CF? They made a
Yeah,
620 that was S35 and G10.
I'd like to track down a 630?
That was the clip point.
The draw pointy, harpoony, clippy, whatever. Yeah, modified. Just say modified.
It's a modified reverse Tonto.
Yeah.
Is that just a Tonto again?
No. Confusingly, no.
Hawk-billed Tanto.
This is the one Dennis was talking about. I do like the look of this knife. I debated too because there were like Halloween.
Yeah.
Dude, there was a Halloween version of this knife, like orange and black, that came out. Thing was fucking cool.
Yeah, tell me about it. For a guy who has an orange and black CT, it's
Yeah.
100%. This thing is cool as hell. This is kind of like their moose skinner blade.
It was and such a nice profile. And the handle too, like it looks big blocky, but man, even if you don't use the tactical wave function for opening out of your pocket, the thumb ramp, it's so comfy. It's such a nice working knife. Yeah.
It ramps the thumb.
I'd be so sad to lose this thing, man. Like fuck.
Ramping them thumbs. Absolutely.
Anyway, yeah. So that's me. Zit. How about you, Paul? What's the new craziness you got?
There's some new.
Yeah. Like new? Not old new? Or new old? Is this
what would new
new old would be
stock?
like if you got like a exactly, old new new old stock. It would be old new, right?
I don't know. You're confusing yourself and everyone else, Joe.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't think you ever started this conversation knowing what you were talking about.
No, just started talking. Didn't know what the end game was. Just I was hoping it would go somewhere. Yeah.
I am thoroughly confused. It's perfect.
All of a sudden, you become the old man from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
There's Joe tied an onion to his belt.
Yeah.
When I finish getting this caffeine into my system, I might pass out.
So I made some silly decisions.
I think I know what
Friday
silly
night.
decisions you made, but I'm not sure
I-
exactly which ones. I
Oh,
have my guesses.
I think you might know.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that happened. Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
You did the thing, huh?
yeah,
It's a 2 for
yeah.
onesies.
It's a 2 for onesies.
What am I looking
Look,
at here, Paul?
one knife can fit all the way inside the other knife. Did you do this because the brown is really gross?
No, I was being lazy and I didn't want to go outside. And, oddly enough,
rather than trying to make a not bright picture bright, you just went black and white with it instead.
exactly.
I applaud.
It looks
I applaud
moody
you, sir.
this way.
It does. I mean, it's a Natchez. It was going to look moody regardless, but
That is fair.
hey, show off how thick that blade is, because just in case people don't know.
Sorry? How
sh-
thick?
Yeah, like hold up that stock thickness on that.
Joe wants to see your thick
bitch.
blade.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a meat cleaver.
5/16.
That's a short sword.
Oh, dude, it's apparently 22 ounces. So there's that.
Okay.
It probably weighs as much as my Cinque Dia.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good
Double-
score.
Interesting. And did you put a rips? You're a monster.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Where is it?
Which looks much better in color. Gotta
No.
say.
No.
Yeah.
You just the only way that that's going to look better is darker. turn
The-
the exposure.
The clip? You
Just turn the exposure down.
you don't like the super faint rainbowy goodness it's on the inside of the Rips Garage Tech? Clip?
Oh, the rips. There's nothing wrong with it.
That's what I'm talking about, sir.
Yeah,
is the clip.
proper aluminum handle, some TI handle, some something handle, then come back at me, bitch.
No doubt.
Dude.
100%. This will get an upgrade at some point in the future.
How fucking funny would it be
And until then,
to find
you
cast
carry
aluminum
the
handles?
fucking heathen wire clip like the rest of us.
Nope.
You got to get cast aluminum handles that are the exact same form as the plastic handles.
You'll all notice too. I don't know if you did notice or not, but it's set up lefty because it's going back pocket.
Yeah.
It's the work
You
knife.
just start wearing women's pants and just take away your back
Or-
pockets.
Or be a man's man who smokes cigars and drinks whiskey and carry tip down knives because they're uber tactical for that back sweet back pocket carry.
I was looking at cigars.
I'm better than that.
I don't know if you are. One of us.
I'll be honest. I mostly did that because this is where this clip is going to end up eventually, and I knew that it would annoy Dennis in the meantime.
Wow,
that's fair.
You know,
that's fair.
I'm sure Rip is real happy about it too.
Did we even mention here where I got this? That I won it in the giveaway from him?
Yeah. No, I think we have
Not tonight. In the past,
yes.
Yeah.
Too funny.
But I'll actually, also the reason that I put it on here is because I want to carry this thing a lot, and I've had that clip on a knife that I didn't carry. So.
Well, the 15V. I mean, you better carry it and report back. I'm very curious.
Oh yeah, I was watching. What's her name? Is it Erica EDC? Watching one of her videos today.
I know her. Yeah.
Talking about using this thing, and it was not being cleaned, purposefully just to see what it would do, and like preparing her dog's like raw meat meal diet, organ meats and stuff like that.
Right.
So, not to move this train along, but we started 5 minutes early, and now we're 10 minutes late. Or 5 minutes late, and now we're 10 minutes late on the. So...
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
but it doesn't seem to patina terribly fast. Hers looked a little bit blue, but
okay.
I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between letting a patina naturally occur and putting Ren wax on it and seeing if that does anything, or if it even produces a neat pattern when it gets removed.
Could be good.
Yeah, it might add. Yeah.
So, Shot Show Talkathon, you say?
Yeah, we're
Indeed.
talking
Let's
and we're
talk
we're
a thon.
fawning. Yeah. Oh,
Hmm,
made us disappear. That was the wrong button. We're back now.
made us disappear. I'm still here, Joe.
Well, I know you're here. um,
We
yeah.
all know.
Where the hell am
So,
I?
oh no, you're here. Here, we're all here. Don't worry. We're all deeply interconnected.
In
We're
this
all
together?
we're all going down with this ship. Uh, yeah. Where do we want to start? Good, bad, or good, bad, or what the fuck?
Yeah, that is the question.
Uh,
We gotta start. We gotta end with WTF, right?
well, so then let's start on a low note. Let's start with the shit that was just bad.
The bads, the
Yeah.
notably bads.
All right.
Um,
My answer is gonna be quite controversial.
I
I
got a
feel.
couple bads. I got a couple,
that's
but
that's good because my file, my computer blue screened right before we went live, and I can't find my file for my bad photos. I have all my other photos, uh, but not those ones. But I
uh,
did.
Ground Fog, thanks for joining us. What are you
Hey,
carrying? I'm Diddlies. In Diddlies.
and Jacob,
What
bad, good,
up?
what the fuck? Yeah, I think that's the order. I'll start us off just with a here's something that I found was kind of bad, and not as bad as it has been in some years. But everything felt really safe this year, except for a few notable examples. A lot of the designs felt pretty safe. A lot of companies
Well,
not going on a limb with some stuff. There were a few things that were kind of like, what were you smoking? And then they talk
Hmm?
about it, and you're like, I kind of understand what you were smoking. I may be even interested in trying some eventually, but not right now.
Not today.
Not today. Stars
seen
aren't
how you
aligned.
act
Not today.
afterwards, and I don't
Uh,
think I'm ready for that.
no, definitely not today. Not feeling up to that today at all. Um,
Yeah, in some extents. I mean, it was either opposite of the spectrum, or there was just stuff that was like, oh, that's just crazy town. It's yeah. So,
yeah.
There was a little bit of that.
Yes. Yes, there was.
but yeah, that's kind of a vagaries. Yeah, the bads. I don't know. It's yeah. There's always bads. There's been years where I struggle to find stuff to look for at the shot show.
Yeah.
So, in specifically bads, anyone?
Like who wants to go first?
I got an underhand that's a nice, easy one.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Let's
Start.
start with
Let's
that.
start there because like I said, I think mine's gonna be
So I
controversial
have two
take.
pictures. I don't remember exactly which ones I sent you, but it's the karambit.
Ah, well, I will pull up the karambit then.
So this year, I mean, I don't even know what they revamped. I was kind of glazing through. Might be
Oh,
Integra, might be budget,
dude.
might be Magna Cut, but Fox came out with a couple karambits this year. Um, and they were themed.
Yes.
So go
But
ahead, throw
before
it
we
down.
get to the theme, is that an auto locks?
Could be. I
Oh,
don't know. That might be the fancy thing that was about these
okay.
karambits that they're trying to make cool and bring out in 2025. I
Okay.
was skimming throughout herds and herds of knives over throughout the weekend.
That's fair. That's fair.
I didn't deep dive other than, oh, this is going on the list. Like
That's fair.
Absolutely. I was watching videos at 2 times speed.
Mm-hmm.
now we might be able to, and I don't know exactly here, but we might be able to go to Fox's website and they might actually have something more about this particular thing, but you haven't even showed a picture yet. So
Oh,
yeah.
oh shoot. Sorry, I thought I had thrown that. Once again, hitting the
People don't
wrong
even
button.
know.
Like a
People don't
boss.
even know.
Like a boss. All right. Well, the
Paul
photo's up
doesn't
now.
know. He's waiting for it.
I'm sorry, Paul.
I did not know.
I'm sorry for what we've
Oh
not done
yes.
and what we're doing to you. So that was.
That
So I don't know what they think what year it is. And I guess who knows? We're in this time warp of who the hell knows what's going on. So
I'm surprised they didn't go one step farther and add a thin blue line to it. If I'm being honest.
well, why not, right? But the other thing is that
Yeah.
the other motif was the year of or like a dragon motif. And I'm like, it's the year of the snake. Like you could have just like leaned into it and done like a Chinese snake that almost looked like a dragon, but also a snake. And they didn't. They
A
didn't.
snagging.
Uh,
They just went. Yeah.
Paul.
Yeah.
We've talked about this.
I gotta warn you next time.
Yeah. For the
And
record, I'm on
I
Fox's Knives looking, Fox Knives website looking for the Karambit. I'm not seeing the. I'm. What the
no,
fuck is
me
this?
neither.
I'm finding some other shit that's just awful, but I'm not finding the Punisher one.
Well, you'll find that new knife with B-cut steel too. That came out last year. And what the hell is B-cut? None of your business. That's what it is.
None of your goddamn business.
How dare
But
you
yeah,
even
I don't
ask?
know. The Punisher knife, I don't know. Like, read the room.
Yeah.
The only thing that I will say, and it's not specifically about this knife, but in addition to looking for knives, I was finding random quotes and things like that, and kind of keeping track of them to
Okay.
bring them up if they.
Cool.
And the one thing that I did learn from watching the Fox video was that they have acquired Viper knives.
Oh, really? Huh.
Yeah,
Well,
the
that's
uh,
interesting.
the the previous owners had wanted to retire, and so I think they actually approached Fox. And not only did they acquire them, but they've pledged to keep everybody in a job, and they're keeping the doors open, and they're just going to continue producing knives.
Cool.
Yeah,
Viper
Nice.
by Fox.
yeah, but like Viper still in the Viper factory, probably at least now.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
That'd be a pretty big buyout. Good for them.
yeah.
So yeah, that's my first like I said, softball lobbing it in there. A nice bad one to start us off
Yeah.
here.
They were busy wheeling and dealing. They forgot to design knives this year.
Again,
That's
like I
my
said,
take.
the
Wow.
Chinese dragon motif. I'm like, you guys were so close. Just make it culturally themed, and you'd probably sell a lot more. Make it red and
Wait,
gold.
with
Like it's yeah,
this scale
Yeah,
that I'm assuming is
you would have sold
aluminum,
so many.
pivot's not exposed. There's so many questions I have about this particular knife, and now I'm sad I didn't watch the Fox Knives videos
well,
because
you're gonna have to go back and watch this
yeah,
stupid Punisher Karabin and let me know how bad it is.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty bad.
It's got an Emerson with a double lock. It's
It's about as tactical as it gets. I mean, look, I have an Emerson knife that I've been carrying and waving and talking about tactical and all that, but I'm not that tactical.
well, we can
I'm
always
not.
John
laser
Q
cut a skull
tactical.
into the side of the titanium side for you.
Well, there's that.
I'll do it right on the lock bar insert. So.
Tell you what, you help me build a pantograph that can do it. Yeah, sure. I'll put
I
Punisher
will
logo on the
build you
side of that.
nothing, sir. It's yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that sounds like a fun project. I'll help you with that, Joe.
Before we go,
Let's keep. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say before we go too much further into things, here's the thing that just made me stop and go, "What the fuck?" I'm gonna
We're
let it
not up to what
load.
the fuck's yet. It's the bad.
No. This is when I was looking for the Karambit. This is just on Fox's website. Have you seen the FX 800 MK?
I have now.
Well, yeah. Of all the things I've ever seen, this is definitely one of them, and I wish it wasn't.
Is that wave jimped on the inside?
It's a Phillips screwdriver, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got a sliding toggle safety on a backlock with a carabiner ring with an Emerson Wave hex wrench pry bar / line cutter combo blade. This thing is a mess.
It's mom spaghetti, dude.
This is what for guys who
Like
say, "Oh, I work armed security, but I'm not allowed to carry a knife, but I want to have something just in case." This is who they're marketing towards. Like, here's all the shit in the shape of a knife, but it's not a knife.
I'm gonna pry you. I'm gonna pry you real good. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
what's the next bad in the Shot Show 2025? Enough of the Fox garbage.
Oh,
I guess that's me.
yeah, that'd be you. Sorry, Paul.
Yeah, no worries. So
You have
controversially,
3 photos here.
perhaps I do. 3 photos, all about the same thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all the same knife. It's that new Magpul. What the hell is that thing called?
Oh,
MIM.
With the MIM technology in the blade.
All right. It's not gonna get into the what the F category. We're gonna just go into bad on that one.
So it's a particular reason that I'm calling it bad. The knife seems fine, whatever else.
Quick shout out, Fixed and Folded. Thanks for joining us. What are you
Hey.
carrying? Yeah.
Indeed. So my thing was I was reading through the comment section underneath the video of this that I watched, and everybody kept saying the same thing, talking about price points.
Okay.
Because it's a $200 American knife, and through both of the
worse.
videos, that I watched, all they talked about was how much money they saved by making, like, with this new technology. It saves so much money. It saves so much money.
Well,
It saves so much money.
hold up. So
R&D.
what is the technology here? I don't think
So
I actually saw the
it's
videos.
an MIM blade. It is metal injection molded,
Yeah.
and then sharpened,
It's
First
fancy.
shot
sintered.
It's
tried it about a decade ago with 440C, called it a
Yeah.
first offset designed by Ken Onion with an MIM blade. These guys are coming back and they've got a fancy one closer to an S35 steel.
Yeah.
With
Okay.
an MIM steel.
Now,
Okay.
so to the good side of things, they did talk about how they actually had it tested in multiple places along the edge for Rockwell hardness,
Mm-hmm.
and apparently their technology, at least the blade that they handed over for testing, was more consistent than traditional methods. Apparently,
More consistent.
yeah, like
Okay.
in every spot that they tested along the blade, it was more close to the same number.
Okay.
Less
Apparently, that
variance than there
less
is in
variance.
traditional S35s, even if it's to the
Yeah.
100th or 1000th of degree, we don't know. Yeah.
They did specifically talk about, after you've hardened it and then you're grinding on it. So they're talking about pre-hardened and then worked steels.
That's a big fucking caveat, but okay.
Yep. 100%. There's a couple caveats. So people were complaining about the price because injection molded blade, injection molded handles. It's polymer handle with the blade. And they were basically saying they were willing to pay about half of what they're offering this knife for. And Magpul put up a second video basically talking about how the only answer to the question is it's American made. That's why it's $200. And I feel like there's better answers than, like, they kept talking about.
What's the handle material on this? Alums?
No, it's plastic.
It's plastic.
So this is made by Magpul, I guess.
Magpul, yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
using the same polymer that I think they use in their.
And it's
mags
got
and stuff like
this
that.
sliding bolt action lock, I guess, from the look of this expanded view that you've included.
Correct.
Okay.
And then in the third photo is where it actually confirms that it's made of plastic.
And honestly, if I was looking at a knife like this particular one and I wanted something cool and something fancy and whatever, I just buy the Winter Blade Co.
Yeah.
So, because it's similar in knife and probably cooler with the magnets.
Yeah, there is that. And so throughout the entire video, they kept talking about how if, we can do this and it would be basically free. We could do this and it would be basically free. We could have done this and it would be basically free. Because it's all, once you make the mold, you can shape it how you want to. But then they didn't do any of those things. It is technically a compound grind. It starts, I think, hollow and it does transition into a flat grind.
Yeah, so you can get some pretty complicated blade shapes here relatively easily, as far as you can get with injection molded materials, right?
Yep.
And I mean, I
you would
kind
also
of get what they're saying by that, but like, this is clearly like a testing the market kind of product, right?
for sure. And
I do. Sorry, go for it.
I was going to say, they also talk about how they were like approaching a company, like the company that does their MIM stuff for their guns,
Yeah.
their gun parts and stuff, is the company they approached about making these parts. So it's not like they had to invest in like new equipment.
No.
They were making new molds for sure, but they weren't like reinventing the wheel as far as like machinery.
I would be.
I should say, caveat, they did come up with that new formulation of the S35 variant. What I forget what it's called.
Oh, I just had it up. Yeah.
MV35 or something like that. Yeah.
MVN35 MIM steel.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, there's a lot of question marks. Like, one of the major concerns for the early part of this technology was toughness of the steel.
Yep.
So I don't know that could have been addressed by this point, but
in this thing, they talk about new technologies that they've produced, and apparently the way that it works, they injection mold the blade, and it's a combination of like basically like steel powder and resin.
Oh yeah, so
It
this
gets
is like sintered steel then. Okay.
sintered. It gets the resin gets removed. It gets sintered, and it actually reduces in size a little bit when it
Mhm.
sinters. And then it is, I believe, pressed in some way. It is.
They put a
Oh.
tiny little bit of S35 around it.
Oh.
They
Yeah.
like
They do like
pressure.
iron core katana stylies. They
Mm,
call it
mhm.
Yeah,
MIM. It's
it's perfect.
Metal and metal.
Um,
Yep.
yeah, no. So they apparently they press it to remove any voids or anything like that within the steel. So it should be like
As if it were forged.
rolled. Yeah,
Okay. Um, I mean
but
that
I don't know if
that
you
is
can
interesting.
really.
Joe, did you say metal in metal for MIM?
Yeah. Glad you
I
caught
mean,
that.
it can
Perfect.
be
Yeah, I
multiple
didn't catch
things.
that. It's
It can be two things. It's fine.
Why shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think it's a neat technology, and it brings something neat to the table and a new company, things like that. But I think
it's a man, like everyone's acting like they're like, oh, we reinvented the wheel. I'm like, Kershaw tried this 10 years ago, like 15
yeah.
years ago. They
Well, and then
sometimes
they go ahead.
I was gonna say sometimes it takes repeated iterations on the same idea until you find a good mix that actually works.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't revisit these old technologies. It's just I feel like if it's going to be a technology that multiple other companies have dealt with in the past, you might want to finish your testing before you bring it to market. What I mean is maybe come up with a line of these different blades. Maybe make them distinctive. Maybe make them I don't know. I don't know. Megpol coming out
give
with
it
their
to
own
Spider
knife.
Coat, a mule team. It's
Well, do something so that you make a bit of a bigger splash as opposed to, hey, we have a new knife and it's the same technology that was available a while ago, but it's different now. And that's the end of the spiel. I don't know. Um,
yeah, but they're getting a lot of hype behind it. They got a
So
lot of people turning their heads behind this thing.
it's a neat idea, but the other thing that I don't like is it's an exclusive. You can only buy these from Blade HQ
Of course you
as
can.
as of right now.
Yeah, is they're trying to hype it.
Yeah.
well, and if it is an exclusive, it makes it much easier to track interest. That's the other part of it too. They only have to look at the SKUs from one location, right?
Yeah.
I I'm on the fence with this one. I understand why you put it in bad. Um, at least I think I understand why you put it in bad.
Yeah.
But I
I
would,
like the idea. I like it's a neat avenue, all those things,
yeah.
but I don't think it's the one yet.
If you think about the speed it takes to make a blade conventionally versus casting it out of like sintered materials and then all that, like I don't know if there's necessarily any time savings. But if you get a blade that performs on par, then I think your leverage becomes what kind of crazy bullshit can you do with the blade shapes that are effectively impossible to do with traditional machining techniques, at least impractical to do with traditional
If you
machining techniques.
if you look at the exploded version, there is one thing that they did do that is different than most other companies.
Oh, the raised partition that makes up the stop pin.
Yeah.
That is interesting. I don't like seeing 90-degree corners on steel. It just makes me.
Oh,
um,
I completely agree with you there. I
but
also
it does show off the tech pretty in a pretty neat way. Yeah.
but it shows it off in a way that I can't see. Like
Yeah.
give me an example so I can be like, you see this? You can't do this with regular tech without doing hard done, hand ground,
Yeah.
crazy nonsense, starting super thick and removing a whole bunch of steel or something. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, and I kind of wonder what the limitations of this technology are. And I know we're kind of dragging this this one out a little bit, but because it is interesting. But when you get a blade that's really thin in its cross section and it doesn't have a large amount of back material to support it, so like what I mean is like a dagger blade. You remove material from both sides. There's nothing really in the middle to clamp it down. So to keep this thing straight, you got to be careful about overheating it or introducing stresses and warping it, things like this. With
yeah,
cast materials, and yes, I know you're compressing them, you're forcing them into a straight form, and you're not removing any more steel, so you shouldn't reintroduce any warp. But like, what are the limits in terms of the blade sizes and shapes you can get away with? Are they all going to have to look like penguin blades where you have a wide, thick backing to them in order to support during that process? Or are we able to do some crazier stuff? Um, I'll be
Yeah.
interested to see if they continue this line, what the other blade shapes are going to be like.
Well, I mean, obviously you're limited by how small you can get your material to flow into as far as your molds and stuff.
Yeah.
How much pressure you need to press it in and stuff like
A
that.
lot of stacking tolerances, a lot of stacking limitations for this
I
kind
use
of
a
thing.
syringe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, of course. You're not far off. You got the right idea. Yeah.
You're getting there, champ.
All right.
Yep.
Specifically bad, Joe? You got any specifically bads?
No, my file folder's dead. I still haven't found it. So that's that.
Was there anything in particular that you remember? Was
Honestly,
particular?
not really. And pretty much all my bad picks were just like, yeah, that looks generic, and it got tossed into the pile. But hence my kind of mini rant at the beginning of like, yeah, I've just kind of anytime I see just batches of knives where it's like, yeah, maybe the designer's like custom work looks better, but this looks like it's really just phoned in and modified to fit the current market. It's just like, oh, look, another titanium flipper frame lock and Magna Cutter S35 or S45. I just don't give a shit anymore.
I was gonna say it's a lot of hey, did you know? We have MagnaCut now.
Yeah. Now there was a company who was doing a laminate steel with a MagnaCut core that was interesting.
Who was that?
God damn it! I
Get
had the
there.
name.
I got some bads still.
There was
if you
some
got
stuff
some
in there.
bads.
Yeah.
Is that the only bads you got there, Paul?
I can produce another one if I need to.
Wow. I got one other one that Joe had loaded up. Or
Yeah.
Give her.
Semi-loaded up.
It's there. Yeah. The SOG?
So the SOG. So
Is this what I think
SOG
it is?
came up with a handful of things, and surprisingly enough, the bads wasn't their new flashlight line. It was actually the worst knife I've ever played with in my entire life, and I've played with multiple versions of this, and also the worst knife multiple times. But they made a Slim Jim 2.0.
They did. This is a Slim Jim Mini, isn't it? Man.
I don't even give a shit. What the hell, man? Is the original Slim Jim still available?
I think they discoed it a while ago. I could be wrong
thought
on that, but
yeah, I mean, and so I thought it was dead. I thought it was gone. And then just like a zombie, now they've resurrected it, and like I'm sure pieces are gonna be falling off of it just like a zombie.
no,
And just like the original one.
the original Slim Jim sure looks like it's still around. I don't think those are the new ones.
Oh my god, I thought they killed it. I thought it came back from the
Well,
dead and was here to haunt me.
Didn't they have an XL version? There was, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a Slog Slim Jim XL, and it's like a 4.5-inch blade.
What is that?
It's a big ass knife. I wanted to like this knife, Dennis, when it came out. I'm like, oh, that's super thin, fast opening. Man, this is so cool, and it's a stainless steel frame block, so it's still gonna weigh a little bit.
Let you bring it to work, Joe.
Well, no, I never bought one because as soon as I handled it, I'm like, oh, this is actually just a piece of shit. And I put it back on the counter and I left the store.
I would be like, get that piece of junk out of your pocket. There's a recycling bin over there.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Put it down slowly so it doesn't explode in your fucking hands.
Well,
seriously,
I mean, yeah,
dude,
it's not
this
a
thing.
Cybertruck, but still.
No, my God, it may as well have been, dude. That thing was so goddamn rickety. Like, I don't know if you could tell from these Amazon photos, but there's so much hardware that's installed on the outside of the handle. And it was all loose on every model I've ever tried. 3, for the record. I picked up 3 at 3 different stores, handled them, thought I might like them. No.
And some of them were loose, and some of them were just not working.
Well,
it's great.
Yeah, the lock would just not work on one of the models. It was awful. So now they've reintroduced it. It does look beefier than before. It looks like
Does it have MagnaCut?
I didn't look. I don't know. You tell me.
God, I hope so.
God, what a waste of MagnaCut.
Yeah.
Okay, on the one hand, there is that other company who's doing fold over. Is it CGRB that's doing the folded steel crossbar lock knives? They have the handles that are like they're like Dukes where they're the single piece. I guess maybe that's why they're trying again with this one because they saw the popularity of those and they're like, we can do it this time, guys. I promise. I don't trust it.
You're not instilling faith, that's for sure.
No.
I was trying to remember the entire time through this conversation, the Duke, to bring it up.
Oh.
I'm glad you brought it up.
Yay.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you don't like this, you can always just buy one of their flashlights. It's 6,000 lumens and looks like a Coke can.
What about the one that looks like, I don't know, a taser from the 1980s?
Yes. Also,
It's
good
That sounds
it's a
stuff.
hilarious.
brick like this big.
Okay. Can it run
It's
for
probably
45
oversized.
years?
I don't know. I think it runs on an 18650.
And
Oh,
not-
really?
I think it has an 18650 and an internal battery.
Oh my god.
But-
Okay.
Yeah.
And not that like SOG broke off and started a new flashlight brand, you know, Phoenix and Roop knives and what. No, it's just a SOG flashlight.
So,
Like,
given that they're owned by GSM, who's supplying what? As far did they say anything as far as like, oh, this is in partnership with blah blah blah?
I don't know, but I'm gonna go with Jet Beam. It's
Oh yeah.
I don't know. That's it.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
Maybe Ace Beam. Maybe Jet Ace.
Just making shit up now. Yeah.
Ace Jet?
Maybe Beam Jetter. I don't know. It's yeah. It's
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But anyway, how dare you, Sog? More Slim Jims is not what this world needs.
I mean, thin
All the
bladed
Apparently,
measures-
just like the food, it has no expiration date. It's
No. They've gone bad.
they've gone. They're bad from the moment they're packed.
Newsflash, they've been bad the whole time. Yeah.
Packed past their best before. That's amazing.
And just like this, overexposure will eventually kill you.
Man.
I mean, this knife might actually give me cancer.
Dude.
Only in the state of California.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn,
that
nickel.
certainly is bad and definitely worse than anything I had seen. Yeah.
It came out with the Slim Jim. It wins. It just wins.
Yeah.
Does it? Does it
I
win
mean, it
or
beats a
do?
Fox Punisher Karambit. So,
Well, I don't
So-
know about that.
I mean, we didn't go into any of the Cold Steel stuff that they're re-releasing.
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. So
we might
they better
get
not
there.
be in the goods.
Well,
I don't think
We'll
I've
see.
even seen
How
the Cold
dare
Steel
you,
video
sir.
yet. This is going to be a surprise for me, whatever it is. I'm telling you.
so
Alright.
I don't have a photo of it, so it's not anything to go too in depth into. But did either one of you guys see the all titanium knife from Best Tech? Titanium blade,
Mm.
titanium handle.
Oh, that sounds familiar, but I don't. Oh, from Best Tech? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I
they're-
browsed through the Best Tech stuff, but they have such weird designs sometimes that I'm like, I'm out, guys.
yeah. So apparently they're doing an all titanium, and apparently their engineer is promising a 58 Rockwell titanium that will hold an edge.
So it's not just
Like a
titanium.
58 Rockwell Oz 8?
That's-
Like, what are we looking at here? Like, what is it?
They don't say.
58 Rockwell of.
It's a pipe dream.
Yeah, I'm like,
mean-
if you give me 58 Rockwell on potato salad, it's still potato salad.
Do you
Like,
remember what the
Gonna chip your
knife?
tooth.
It's, it's,
Do you remember what
what the hell does that mean?
what's it called?
I have no idea.
The VK Core, maybe? Oh, that's a fixed blade.
No.
Never mind.
No, the VK Core is the new budget version.
It
with
was
the Curtis.
purple, and it was or like a teal titanium.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
I don't know if you'll find it, but
It's not gonna be the Liger,
It-
is it?
because it's pure prototype at this point, they haven't nailed it
Oh,
down.
okay.
You're probably not going to find it.
That's fair. That's fair.
And yeah, it was just something that as we were sitting down here, I remember watching it and not thinking anything of it at the time, other than that was stupid. And then as we sat down, I was like, wait a minute.
That's
No,
really
like, stupid.
So, for those who may not be aware, there's no such thing as a titanium alloy that has carbides in it. So, wear-based edge retention, it's not going to be that much better than brass. It's just not.
Like maybe in a kitchen knife. Maybe.
Maybe. And any situation where you're
Maybe.
just relying on geometry, you're probably going to be okay. But as soon as you need it to hold an edge against something like cardboard or like rope, no, just no.
Just don't do it.
Just no. All right. On a lighter note, some goods.
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
got the goods?
Well, I didn't lose any of my goods, so I'm gonna
That's good.
wait for this
Yeah.
file to load.
That with an
Hey.
E on the
Man,
end.
that is so weird. Okay, I made a new. I do have it. I didn't lose anything. My hesitation there was that the photos that I moved to the folder to keep everything organized all resorted themselves back from where I took them. Anyway, I have my goods. Um,
That's good.
so let's start on a light note here.
We're softballing a good.
Yeah, something I think we can all get behind. It's a case
Something
sod.
with some softballs.
Well, it's a Cade Sodbuster Junior with S35, and it's like $50 American.
A who? A case?
Yeah,
Are you highlighting case knives on our channel?
yeah.
Yeah.
Dare
Oh
you,
yeah, I
sir.
am.
All right, that one's okay. What is it?
It's a Sodbuster and S35, and they're aiming for a sale price of like $50 American.
Go on.
Yeah, still got
I like
brass liners.
Sodbusters.
They're doing well. This is a Sodbuster Junior, so very pocketable. I think it's a 3-inch blade. Well, so like native sized. This thing looks pretty awesome. I'm actually kind of jazzed about it.
I've seen both ends of the spectrum from Case. Hopefully these are nice and tight. No gaps.
Well, here's the yeah, gaps. There is that. I think this is coming out of the more modern side of their factory though, because it's all hardware construction.
Hmm.
The blades do look pretty nice and thin though, and I know it's this green and black handle, stabilized wood or something or other, but I know that they're doing micarta and G10 and they're doing some other stuff as well. So there are going to be some different variations. I'm personally not
Stabilized wood, the
sold.
secret code for plastic. It's
Well,
plywood.
it's mostly plastic, but I'm not sure how I feel about the hole at the edge of the blade instead of the nail nick. Um, Probably easier to do. I imagine that using a nail nick tool on S35 is much more difficult to keep a tool sharp than doing it in their 420 high carbon or their 1095 or whatever. But I still don't know if I like the look. But mild complaint.
Did you see their?
Jacob, I'm kind of with you on that one. It's bad when Case is a standout.
Look, again,
Truth.
yeah, but there's been just so much just samesies
Recycling.
shit that it's like you're all copying each other and just playing it real fucking safe.
Or you're just copying yourself from 20 years ago and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
some people like this.
Look,
You want it again?
the knife.
Yeah.
The knife industry watched the movie industry do that for the last 40 years and just was like, hey, what if?
What if we just sell remixes on remixes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking disappointing. Anyway. And I guess this is a remix on a remix, but at least it's how often have we said, like, how awesome would it be to get more traditional knives in traditional blade like thicknesses and patterns, but with just better steels?
Yeah.
Like we've talked about that often enough where it's like, yeah, good. I'm happy to see it.
Jacob's wondering what the FM cut is. They came out with it last year. They couldn't say Magna Cut because people will sue them.
So the best part about that is they said it in their video. They
They
said
say it in both the videos. They say it in last year's video too, but then when you go on the website, it just says M cut for legal reasons.
This year they said it and then he corrected himself. Magna Cut. Well, we'll call it M cut. I think is what he said. Something along those lines.
So it's someone else making it other than Crucible, basically.
No, it's still Crucible at this point. It's just they're not allowed to sell it under that name, I think.
They're getting a third-party supplier somehow, and they don't want to get their PP slapped.
Possibly.
Yeah. And someone else's PP. Two PPs.
Two PP slapped for the price of one.
Yeah, I mean, that's two hands, right?
I hate my initials right now.
Well, you get what you deserve, I guess.
Yeah.
Next time,
slap in
there's
the
a good
BB.
PP slap.
Is there such a thing as a good? Anyway, don't answer that. Don't answer that.
I mean, where's that one girl's face?
Here, look. Unless, I think I'm done talking about case knives.
So
yeah, we've been done for a while now.
The only thing I will say, did you either one of you see the sycamore that he was talking about as far as handle scales? case sycamore wood for the handles.
I don't remember, dude. Yeah.
They're bringing back the butterbean, so that's their mini canoe.
Okay. Yeah,
No.
I do remember him highlighted. And the mini doctor. Oh, the
mini doctor was cool.
What's up with the sycamore?
It's just a wood that when it's dyed, because it's dyed similar to this, but it's like a blue color that they did on that example.
Okay.
The way that the dye takes, it comes out spotted. Like it's all blue with these bright white spots throughout it.
That's pretty cool.
It's very interesting. Yeah.
Interesting.
Huh,
It almost looks like pine cone.
I'll go rewatch that video later too. I'm curious. I must have been falling asleep by the time I was watching that one.
I understand.
I didn't watch Case.
Hey, I didn't watch Cold Steel, so yeah.
I tried to watch everything.
Yeah.
But I did it twice as fast.
Yeah.
Before we dive into more goods and speaking of things to watch, Kaiser was missing this year. I know the Kaiser was there, but Blade HQ or Knife Center did not have Kaiser videos. You could only find kind of shorts and independent, some social media stuff.
Interesting.
Kaiser was kind of missing off the map.
Huh.
What's the deal with that?
Good point.
That's a good question, sir.
There was a lot of like really, I don't know if it's just poignant right now, and maybe that's why I'm noticing it, but there seemed to be like extra patriotism getting thrown around.
Well, a lot American made, you know.
Yeah.
Gung ho. So yeah, there was a lot of Buck and Tops and Hogue going on, right? Like it's
but even Case was talking about making a bunch of patriotic stylized knives and stuff. They had ones that had the Statue of Liberty on them and with an eagle above it, and
you do what you need to. Well,
there are apparently some 4 new models from Concept, though. I just found a video from Love Them Knives on YouTube here.
Not Concept. I've got Concept.
Oh, sorry, you said Kaiser, didn't you? Yeah, sorry.
I did.
Huh. Yeah, that's weird. Nothing.
And anyway, as far as, the Case knives and patriotic, as long as there's someone playing Freebird in the background, that's the main thing.
Can they play it on a kazoo?
Well, I hope so, man. If you do it right.
Can't you play anything on a kazoo? Whatever your heart desires, Joe.
Someone else show off some goods other than Case knife, because this shit sucks.
Hey.
So
what the fuck?
Is it me next?
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's not actually that bad. I'm okay with it. We all own drifters and shit. That's it. Anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Paul, you've got a goods?
Paulie wants to go?
I do have a goods.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, so it didn't happen at that moment, but Dennis 100% guessed exactly what the thing that was going to jump out to me this year was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a new Boker. The Boker BFF pack light.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a knife that they've already released before, but they released it in MagnaCut this year, and it's a neck knife with. Yeah.
That is the knifiest knife. There is a handle. There's a blade.
And they made a sheath with 2 holes at the top, so I can neck knife it.
Man, there is nothing to that knife.
No, it's great.
I feel like there's been a lot of fixed blades.
The MagnaCut is actually like copper fittings and.
Have there not been a lot of fixed blades that came out this year that look just like this?
There was also a wood one you can get. You can get it in walnut.
For the record, I'm not complaining, but
and you get it kind of like gray Cerakoted with like Richlight handle with copper tubes on or copper hardware on the handle. That was the one that I was showing you that I was kind of digging myself.
To be honest, when I grabbed this, I thought that was what I was grabbing.
Well, let me go look for it. This is from Blade HQ.
If you just type in the
Boker it's on Boker's website.
Oh, okay. Oh.
They also do a skeletonized one without a handle, also with MagnaCut. Also with Kydex sheath, that pretty nice EDC, pretty nice overall kind of survival bushcrafty EDC. Those are a lot of things.
I know you said MagnaCut, but this AEBL one with the rivets is really calling out to me. Ooh, green micarta with a stonewash blade, AEBL once again. Okay, huh?
Yeah, that's their old one. The new thing is that they've made some versions in
second row. The pack light all black was the
black Richlight. Oh, the all black Stargaze. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty slick looking knife.
And like I said, all skeleton eyes too. They also do that. So yeah, I called it. I did. And then the kisser on the cake. The kisser on the cake, as it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
get off my cake.
Yeah.
Get off
There's
of
no
Paul's
icing.
cake.
That's for sure. It's you had to wipe the icing off before I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
kiss it.
yeah. Cake kisser.
Yeah. So yeah, it was the double hole in the neck knife. Jose, thanks for joining us, man. Good to see you here. What are you carrying this evening? We're talking shot shows.
Indeed. Yeah, 100%. When I first saw the sheath, I was a little disappointed because it was a taco sheath, but because they have the double hole, that's all I need. I can,
That is all you need.
you know, other things not that don't sound like that.
Somebody needs
Yeah,
something.
well, too late. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
super into it.
That's a good one for the goods. It's
Yeah.
It's and
I'll reiterate. I'm a fan of these straight handled, straight bladed, tiny fixed blades. It's good choices. Good choices being made here, but it is very simple looking.
100%. That's why I like it. It's such a basic knife design, but I can
we all
imagine
just
this being an awesome neck knife.
Are we all just becoming boring old men? Just want our knives all simple and
old
straight.
men, yes, boring. Yeah, sometimes.
When appropriate. Trying to play with this lighting a bit, but damn.
So
Okay.
on the Boker note, actually, if you go just back to like the new, it's probably the knife that I'm gonna highlight next.
Sure.
There you go.
I have to go to Boker's website so I make sure that we're on the same page here, but because I have screenshots.
Okay.
And I'm actually glad I took screenshots of said Boker. Giant fixed blade, sir.
Giant fixed blade.
Giant fixed blade, sir.
With an antler handle by any chance?
Yeah, that
it
bastard.
has an antler handle, sir.
How far?
Yeah.
How far down is it on this page? German scout knife. Okay, we'll come back to that later. Is it on their first page here? The Torito?
Toro.
No, the Toro. There you go. You want to see the bone handles, don't you?
Obviously.
You want to
Of course,
see.
I want to see the bone handles.
You want to see them bony handles.
The bone in my hand. It's antler, by the way. You heathen.
I mean, it's bone.
So,
faster.
Boker, damn it, stop making me buy your knives.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like you that much. And then
Dude.
yet, buy your knives.
Dude,
This is a good looking knife.
the sheath is. I saw the video on this knife. The sheath is just as nice.
I have two
man.
screenshots of the sheath that I sent you.
You do. Oh, let's take a look at the back of that sheath. Hell yeah. Oh, that's a cool way to do a tie. So that lower section there, is that to like have like a little tie-off strap for the lower section to keep it from slapping around?
I'm trying to remember what the sheath looked like. As soon as I saw it, I'm like, actually, it reminds me of my wedding knife quite a bit. So.
Yes, I believe that is exactly what that is there, Joe. So you can put a lace through it and tie it off to your leg.
That's so cool. That's so goddamn cool. This whole knife,
Yes.
whole knife is so awesome.
Yeah. Thigh strap goodness.
Yeah.
That's
I do also
fantastic.
like the fact that the belt loop is snapped on, so you can remove the dangler if you so choose.
I'm also wondering if that double rivet is for if you wanted to do the Dundee carry, which is behind your back under your armpit. And I wonder if you could suspender style rig it with that as well.
That secondary strap? Yeah, you might be able to.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The Dundee carries is a stupid thing. So
Especially with a leather sheath.
I'd be
It's a good way to
anxious
lose
about
a
it.
foot.
well, as long as you got a proper snap, tight fit, you know.
Yeah, but it's just a frog. It's not even a snap.
Well, you know. Ribbit.
Oh, yeah. Is that the sound you make when you lose all your toes?
No, I don't make much of a noise other than like, you know, yeah,
Just
kicking the door open and yelling to my roommate at the time, Erica, can you bring the paper towel? Like,
I'm trying to lose body parts over here.
Yeah. So, damn son, big ass Bowie. I'm in.
Dude, that thing looks awesome.
It's a really nice looking knife. What's the steel in this one?
Something weird, but it's 40-34.
Okay.
It's a weird
So
steel. It's on Boker's website as being a weird steel.
ACX 390. But you're saying, did you look it up? I haven't actually
Yes,
referenced this one.
equivalent to 4034. I did look it up, and yes.
tough AF.
Yeah. Not great edge retention, but smack it around. Smack
Yeah.
it. Smack
You
it.
could chop down a tree with it and it'd be fine.
Well, I mean, a step bear.
Yeah, that too.
Hair bear.
Right in its bare face.
Yeah. Anyway, wood handle, antler handle, big ass Bowie. It would be stupid if a big ass Bowie that was brand new for this year, it was not on my, like, it's good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Oh yeah, no. As
Who
soon
ha-
as I saw this, I'm like, oh yeah, Dennis is gonna get real upset about this knife because it's
Who
made
ha-
by Boker.
Every time they find some way to screw
Every
him.
time I got a coffin with MagnaCut that gets me. Sons of bitches, right after I think I'm done with Boker, and I'm like, all right, enough of your
I
garbage.
think it's over. You keep pulling me
it's just-
back in.
It's just an abusive relationship at this
It
point.
is.
Yeah.
We just
Oh.
can't be together right now.
Yeah.
Are these Toritos new, or did they make these previously?
So
I mean,
this
I think maybe other variations.
Because they're
maybe? I don't know.
small and
They-
they say available soon.
Smaller ones.
So
maybe?
yeah.
so the knife that our friend and coworker bought, the Boker, what's that small one?
Arbolito is the big. Oh, I was thinking the one that
Well,
yeah.
the Arbolito
the
is
one-
the
the one that-
factory in
The one that Alex bought.
Joe. That's where these are made too. The Toros are made in the Arbolito factory.
Yeah, but I thought the model was called the Arbolito.
No, try again.
No.
I don't know what it's called. It might be, and I'm just smoking out my ass. It would be really weird if it was an Arbolito, though.
When I say small, I mean smaller than that giant Bowie.
It's smaller.
Is it,
Uh,
well, this
one
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the new little ones I brought up, but no, I'm
Is
I
that
mean,
not what Alex
This
has?
one's
what's it
9
called?
and a quarter.
Maybe it was called the El Gigante,
Yes. Because it's like a 12
Gigante.
or a 12 3/4, something
and
like that.
and it had the big like machine, the micarta handles. Yeah,
So this is not quite as big. This is Trailmaster sized compared to
Yeah.
the Gigantes.
The Gigante is more this thing size.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
What are we looking at here? 9 and
Is that
Nine and a
what Alex
quarter.
has? Is one of these?
the Gigante, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I was off on. They talked about how there was other knives in their collection.
I think the listing was wrong on the website that we brought from. I think that was actually the case because I'm pretty sure I remember seeing Arbolito in the main like title tag.
Okay, there you go.
And it's funny, that one says 9 and a quarter. That's also what the Toro is. So it's the same size.
Yeah. Interesting.
Anyway, good
That's
times.
staggier.
Good times. But staggier.
Staglier.
So yeah, Boker got me again, you sons of bitches.
They tend to do that.
Yeah.
Has the $300 CAKT folding useless axe come up yet? Jose, no, we're getting there. The last category is the what the F. There's going to be some fun ones in that one.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
We'll get there, all right.
I didn't put it in my goods folder. Don't worry. Don't you
Joe's
worry.
got it in the goods before he gets into the what the F's. Really?
No.
See, it doesn't. I was going to say, if it makes it past the what the F's category into being like, no, that's just good, then yeah.
No, I to be honest, I actually only have 2 what the fucks. I have 3 what the fucks. I did remember. Okay.
Explain to me, Dennis,
Yeah.
what other folding tactical church going tomahawk am I going to carry if not that one?
What's that stupid coup cracks? Isn't there a folding coup cracks?
Oh god, I hope not.
Well, no, wasn't the shoot. That Japanese company. They made the folding sickle, but they also made a folding hatchet with the axis lock.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the only other one, man, and I think I might trust that one a little bit more.
Than the CRKT?
Yeah, I think so.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
to the CRKT's credit, when you use it, the blade's going to be forced into the open position against that stop because it opens in that direction. But I do want one to play with, but I don't think I want one to use for anything. The other
Are
one
you
would
are
use
you
it.
worried about the design or CRKT's implementation of the design?
The design.
Okay.
I just don't see it as being any more useful than like a couple, like maybe an inch or two past where the edge is. Because all the mechanism is right behind the head. It seems like an interesting choice. I think the execution, if it's anything like the provokes have been, it's probably going to be fantastic. But
Well, I don't think it's meant for wood processing.
no, but there are better choices, which I go back for. This is a fun fidget toy. Really, if you're going to buy this thing, it's to like, haha, and show off to your other knife friends, and that's it. Which is fine.
That's 100%. It's bragging rights.
That's why I want it. Because the thing looks stupid as hell. It's like, yeah, that's fucked up. I want one.
All right. Goods? Any more goods?
I got another good, but I think Paul hasn't gone yet for a good.
I did. It was a Boker.
Oh, sorry.
It was a
Yeah, we
BMS.
just did that, and then we got distracted by the Bowies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did
Well,
Bokers.
the other Boker
2 out of
that I
3.
also picked.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is that you talked about it, and I was like, yeah, that's a cool knife. I like that. And then I went through and I watched everything else, and there wasn't a lot else out there. So I circled back around to the knife that I would buy.
that's fair.
And when that one's available, I might buy one. It's made in Germany.
Um,
Also, random fact: did you know that Zach Whitmore, also known as Zach in the Wild, is now VP of Marketing for Boker USA?
I did. Good for him. Congratulations, sir.
Check
Quite the
mark
move.
on that.
It
that
is.
little
And I didn't
factoid.
realize his last name was Whitmore.
Yeah.
It says things. It says things.
Does it?
Well,
All right. A little bit.
more.
I didn't
more
recognize him at first because he got introduced as Zach Whitmore, and I haven't seen him in a while, and he's gone a little gray. But
Oh,
it happens to
I
the
see.
best of us. So,
Than the
Wow.
worst.
well, I mean, I'm one of those too.
I mean,
Like, got a
maybe
50-50
he's not.
chance.
Maybe he's not just for men. It's
Well,
Joe.
Ah,
that's all you get.
Joe thinks you're onto something.
All right, let's hear it, Joe. What do you got for some goods?
Right. So this is a good that I wish I could buy. I'm highlighting it because I think it is awesome. I'm talking about the Large Dawn from ProTech. Yeah.
The large
Um,
dong.
Well, hey, DON. You can put a G on the end of it. I mean, it's a gangster knife, I suppose. This one's mother of pearl inlay, 154 cm blade, aluminum handles, contoured. Yeah, just a big ol' fuck off dagger.
I do appreciate the fact that they said that if they didn't have other influences from outside designers, they
would
would
all be
only produce daggers.
It's like
Yeah,
made me laugh.
yeah, absolutely.
This has long been like one of my favorite, like, of all the stuff that ProTech does. There was the Godfather. Was there a God's Son, or was it called something else? But they had like a mini version. All of them, all their daggers look fantastic. I love the design language. And for one moment, when I saw this, I thought, oh, it's a flipper version of the Godfather, and they're going to do the same kind of button lock mechanism they did with the Malibu and the what was the other manual that they just did recently? The TR3, I think.
Mm.
I thought, like, holy shit, like a flipper dagger manual action from ProTech, like, my god, I might actually own a ProTech Godfather at last. And I'm hoping that other people ask about a manual version because of these exposed Quillians.
It would be a really cool option.
Oh, so I am excited about this knife because I think this is a really cool knife. It's like a 4.5-inch blade. It's a monster. I want one as it is. Can't have one because it's an automatic. I have my fingers and toes crossed that eventually they come out with a manual version of this thing because holy shit, that'd be awesome.
Quick shout out, Dick Richards. What is up? What you carrying?
Hello.
Yeah, no, me and you talked about this thing, and the pearl button is just chef's kiss. It's
pretty great.
Yeah.
It's a nice flex. It's good. It's really good.
Well, and they talk about how it took extra time to machine because it actually is like contoured.
Yeah, contoured
All the
surfaces.
things that you like in a knife. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing I've been bitching about nonstop for the last 3 years. Do more of this.
3.
Oh,
The
wow.
other
Especially
fun
this last
fancy,
three.
the other fun fancy Pro Tech that we can't get our hands on is the new collab with Vero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's that. I was a little bit less
That was a
excited
runner-up.
about that one, but I am happy that he's collabing with ProTech. I
Well,
just
I mean,
I'm not a fan of half and half scales if you can avoid it. I didn't like seeing it on his model, to be honest.
half and half scales.
Yeah, so it's all G10 on one side, and then it's all aluminum on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Is that at least color matched?
No,
Hmm.
I could be wrong, but I thought that it wasn't.
If it was like black Anno with a black G10 or something like that, it wouldn't be. Might just be easier to get tighter tolerances or something like that. But if it's mix matched, you stop that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Stop
know
it.
about that.
Do better. Do more goodlier.
Let's see here.
So I do have two more goods.
Oh, I think I was wrong. I think they are actually color matched. It may have just been the texture that threw me off when I saw it in video.
I was kind of curious on what you were talking about, but I was going to let you ramble until we figured it out. I was like, I didn't see what you're seeing. I don't know.
Oh. Yeah, I was trying to find a video here, but it's
Oh,
just
and
fighting me.
for the record, Paul, and anyone else that's wondering, the new strawberry, no boats, blah, blah, blah. The no boats on Sunday stuff, my big problem with them is they're all apple cider based with a hint of flavoring of something or another. And just like this one, it's a apple cider with a hint of strawberry. And they all just taste like they're a pretty strong apple cider with a hint of something.
When you said strawberry cider, I thought it was made with strawberries. Kind of like that Fruity beer.
No, there's quite a few of the ciders that are flavored ciders that are still some sort of either apple or pear based cider, and they have other juices in them to make them taste.
Mm-hmm.
But this one is definitely more appley than and you were wondering. Anyway, anyone else wondering?
I
Still
appreciate
tastes
that.
like apple. Yeah.
These apples are pretty crisp. I'll tell you that.
Crispy.
I don't know if you guys
You
are
might
getting
say.
the stream here, but yeah, it really is just the texture on the black that threw me off. They're definitely roughly the same color.
Like the mirror and the compound. It's good times. If this was a manual and a button lock, I would own one, sir. I would carry it in my right pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's and maybe Protect just needs to start making manuals of all their autos.
I have,
their market.
you know what?
Yes.
I have a sneaking suspicion that like they get their tight lockout by having two different, like they have a spring acting against a stop, but if you were to press the blade, it would go in a little bit without being released. I think if you just took a manual and you took the spring out, there probably would be some blade play while it's closed, like blade lash or it's not pivot lash, but like detent lash, I guess is a better way to describe it, where it just kind of goes back and forth before actually coming out. So it may require extra machining, but if they could engineer it in a way where it was just an easy, yeah, here's a manual version.
Who was it? Somebody was talking about adding a detent to their button lock. I forget who that was.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought it might be them.
Really?
Maybe for some of their button lock manual stuff. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
Interesting. That would be a nice feature.
Yeah, it could be somebody else. I was watching a lot of things very quickly.
It's fair.
Neck knife?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, goods. I guess. Does anyone else have goods?
So I have goods, but I didn't send them to Joe. I thought we were only doing one each.
I sent them as backups just in case because we said that people might have overlap.
I was gonna panic send if I needed to.
Oh,
I see.
But it's an easy thing to look up because it is on the internet already.
Perfect. What am I looking for?
Well, Dennis was talking about cold steel knives earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You've already got them on the website?
No, it's on BladeHQ's website.
Okay. Well, I will go there then.
Yeah.
I don't think Cold Steel had them up on their website yet.
No. But where I stole the photo from today was BladeHQ.
And where am I looking? What am I searching?
It's a Cold Steel Frenzy 3.5
Oh,
in S35. I'm a little bit sad they didn't do it in the XHP that they're bringing back, but
Oh, P.S. Joe, Cold Steel's bringing back some XHP.
that is very interesting.
you want an XHP Colossus? Yeah.
Yes, but I don't want to pay
Bringing
for
back-
one.
They're bringing back a Colossus, and they're
so-
bringing it back to XHP.
I'm only seeing the standard version. Oh wait, no, that's 5.5.
The all black is
Oh,
3.5.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
It's a little shorty.
Holy shit, it's in 3V.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah.
3V. No, S35.
Nope. 3V.
What?
3V.
Yeah.
Were they wrong on the videos?
No, they said 3V in the video.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was wrong listening to the videos?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And apparently it was designed by Jimmy Slash.
Really?
Yeah.
The
What's
Frenzy was designed by Jimmy Slash?
Well, at least the redesign of the 3.5 inch.
Okay, because
He
the
w-
original one they talked about being the folding version of a Japanese helmet breaker.
So, okay. I will back up. I saw a
Better
photo of Jimmy Slash in like a YouTube video holding a prototype, and I just assumed that meant that he had designed it. Now I'm thinking that they may have sent him a prototype to test.
Maybe.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Two things, though. I realize that this is going to be a stout little blade, probably fairly thick behind the edge like the original Frenzy. That being said, this is only 2.7 ounces for 3.5 inches worth of blade. Jesus Christ. I want one.
Uh-huh.
And for 150 American,
And 3V is a hell of a lot nicer. That gets my attention more than S35.
Yep.
It's not that much tougher. Yeah.
How dare you?
Dude, and it's
I
all
was gonna say, like,
Oh,
come out to the woods, Joe. Come out to the woods with me.
no. You're
We'll
not
test some S35 versus 3V. It'll be a good time.
No, I'm sure it's fine. They don't say DLC here, but it is black coated, so that's very cool.
Well,
And it is
most
black
of
and
their
shiny.
black stuff has had that high polish. Even the new 60 series. P.S. They released a whole bunch of new 60 series.
Is
They
it all
sure did.
black still?
Yes.
Yes.
Black
Aw,
and carbon
fuck.
fiber.
With
All right.
marbled carbon fiber.
They said they were going to go back to the classic look after 2024, but okay.
Well, they said that, and people say a lot of things and then don't follow through. So you get a black sable, and by black sable I mean it's black.
Holy
and it's also
shit.
a black sable.
You serious?
Are you serious? No, I'm just talking out my ass. What
No,
the hell?
well,
Like,
you
You
know
also
your
get a blacked out black Hanimoto.
your track
clothes.
record, Dennis.
I know. I know. I can't be trusted.
No, not even a little.
Paul just left. He's
Yeah,
in the
he's-
ether. I don't
Dude's
know where.
gone.
I've left. I've gone to the kitchen. I'm stirring dinner.
Okay, the Hashimoto is cool.
Sure, dinner.
Well, it
Just-
is 8:42. I don't blame him. At least he doesn't have to
It's-
leave the room and he can still hear us.
It's been simmering all day.
Okay, but that black sable actually looks
There's
pretty
one more
cool.
too. I can't remember what it was. There was a third one that they announced.
Okay,
Was there a third one?
it's not on Blade
I
HQ.
thought there was.
This is such a weird knife.
Black
Yeah.
Sable?
Yeah.
Oh,
the Tonto with the curve and
I kind of dig it. It's a
They
nasty
didn't
looking thing.
recurve the tip though. They should have recurved the tip.
Give an S curve to.
Hawk
Oh,
bill
the
tip,
cock
too.
built. Yeah.
Hawkbill tip?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be monstrously dumb.
I just realized that I still wasn't on camera, making stupid faces to myself at
Well-
your hawk-billed Tonto notion. For shame.
Good lord. And there's that
Yeah,
Colossus. we were
maybe the
talking
third
about.
one I'm thinking of is just the Colossus. But okay, so the marbled carbon fiber with the stripies on the Hanimoto. Oh, when they twisty it in the light.
It's a-
oh,
I could-
shimmers.
I imagine that looks pretty hot. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. These are pretty cool. All right.
See, and you were highlighting a case knife, you bitch.
Hey, I'm far more likely to buy that case knife.
Yeah, for the price point.
Dude,
Yeah,
for
okay,
50
I got
bucks American? Yeah, come on. Oh, speaking of that's actually a really good segue to something else very cheap that I wanted to briefly highlight. It's not really worth dwelling on for super long. How about a penguin with a glide lock?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. With a plastic handle that's budget styles.
Yeah.
But the vault style glide
The
lock.
slider. It's got the fucking
Yeah.
slider on it. Yeah, I'm so
Slide
jazzed about
lock.
this.
That's what they should
Yeah.
call it.
They should have,
There
except
was-
I think someone else has a trademark on that.
A slide lock? With
think-
a Y though? Does it have a Y?
Yeah, I think it might actually be Camillus, that little slidar blade that they have. I think they might have
Well,
called
they're
it like a
bitch.
slide lock. Yeah.
Damn them. Damn them all to heck.
What a bitch.
Yeah.
I don't
I
mean
realized-
that, whoever you are.
I realize now that I missed a point that I was supposed to make earlier
Oh,
when we
About
were
what?
talking about Boker.
yeah.
No, it's too late.
Did you know that Boker USA predates Boker Solingen?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
listen to the same video.
Yeah,
But not
Yeah.
Boker, Germany.
correct.
So it started in where in Germany did it originally start? I don't know if they mentioned.
I don't know. It's one of them
Um,
Germany places.
West.
but I guess there was a brother who came over and started Boker USA. Yeah, that I never knew that little tidbit. That is very interesting. Yeah.
Did we mention on these plastic handled glide locky, slide locky penguins that the FRN is roundy?
Did not, but that is a very nice touch. Yes.
And the knife didn't come
Fucking
up because the
finally,
knife
Spyderco.
was kind of gross. But the QSP Viper,
The karambit?
the karambit thing,
It should be in the what the F category, but yeah.
Yeah.
the tortoise shell handle on it.
The material looked nice. This is true.
Oh,
They
they need to
basically
use
said
it.
it was like a Kieranite style, wasn't it?
It was some type of resin, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Do they have it in their coming soon section on the
It was like Kieranite, but not Kieranite. I think the way they described it.
Well, they have it in this photo here in the all black in their shot show thing. If I click on it, it does not show that knife. So it is very much.
That's it.
It is so much a coming soon knife. It's not even in the coming soon area.
That's
they
a
s-
shame. But
They didn't stick it in new arrivals either. Okay.
the important thing is that material needs to be used on more knives.
Yeah, there was a substitute for that material. Was it Polaroid based?
Celluloid, maybe.
Celluloid. Yeah, that's probably what I'm thinking of. Because you
Yeah,
used to
that's
see
not
it. In,
flammable
bushcrafting.
AF.
You can use it as a fire
Yeah.
starter.
well, you used to find it a lot in like antique razors, but then you would stop finding them in antique razors as much. And instead you would find razor blades that some scorch marks on, because they just continually off gas for like forever, and then eventually just burst into flames if you don't store them correctly. So that's terrifying. I'm sure the new material doesn't do any of that bullshit. I'm sure it's very stable.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, good times, good times.
I used to have a guitar pick made out of it, and it burned real fast and real hot.
I believe it.
So I know that we're about to jump into a what the F category, but I do have one more good.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah,
before
sure.
we jump in. The last on my goods. Oh no, I have two more goods. That's
Hey, look at you go.
Okay, so the one that's probably the last picture that I sent, not the green handled knife.
The one with the Damascus?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look at that Damascus.
We just have to dabble on it because she's pretty. And if you want a nice fancy knife this
Oh.
year,
Hey, it looks like a gold class Osborne.
it kind of does look like a gold class Osborne, but it's called the MKM Yipper. It's Ben Peterson design.
Yeah, it sure is.
What is a yipper?
It's what a
What?
dog can be.
Very tiny dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dog over here is a yipper, and he's a borker.
Full on Borkmatron.
So yeah, that's not a bad looking knife. I'm just saying.
That's
It's not a bad.
Yeah.
It's decidedly okay.
Some damas and some carbons and some gold.
This was
Yeah.
like one of 100, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
Pretty
so.
sure.
Yeah.
So she's going to be up there.
I
It's a
seem to
G.
recall
It's
that.
600 to a G.
But they,
It was on
they
my
do
s-
make this knife in other materials.
My Christmas wish list. This would be the sky's the limit one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
And yeah, we don't have to talk too much about it. It was just pretty, and I was like, oh, if you're just looking for fancy, this definitely falls into that category.
Yeah, it's as fancy as a like gold class bug out.
Out of the gold class barrage that came out in this, I'd buy this.
Yeah.
It's probably not the same price point, but it might be. Who knows? It's
With the way Benchmade goes, yeah, who knows?
yeah. All right, but my last one, green handled knife. We'll jump over quick.
Oh yeah,
Whichever.
yeah.
So this is not a what the F, and this is not necessarily a good knife. But what they've done on this knife is fantastic. It's a fantastic idea. Nicer knives, or a good knife, maybe, needs this idea. I don't even know what this knife was called.
It
I
was.
don't give
Oh,
a
you
shit.
don't? Because it was called the Lefty.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah,
The ambi. I knew this one was gonna come up. I'm so
Yeah,
happy it did.
yeah.
of course it did. And it kind of is a borderline what the F because of what they've done with it. But it was also smart as shit on what they did with it to
Yeah.
make it work, right? So I put a second picture up, and basically what they did, and you can see it in the second picture here, is they did 2 liners. And in theory, both liners tuck in and lock up with that blade. But on one side, there's a short screw that just screws into the liner itself and doesn't screw into the lock part of it.
Uh-huh.
And the other one just screws into
All the way into the liner.
all the way into the lock that's coming over. So it'll hold it like a liner
Yep.
in place while the other one. Now, what I want to know is if you undo them both.
Yeah, this you and I went the exact same direction on that.
If we short screw both of these,
Dude.
like,
Yes, because then you have to shove your thumb right in the middle and then up towards the blade in order to unlock it. You unwedge it. Yeah, Paul's face. Paul's face is the exact reason I said what I said. Two things I'm curious about. Well, I guess it's the same. It's one thing I'm curious about. How the fuck did they get the correct geometry for both liners to lock up? Did they take the tang of the blade, like that ends like this, and just like
so
angled
also
it like
what I want
that?
to know is how does that lockup work with both of them? And that's why I want to undo
Yeah.
both of them. Is I
Did
want
they
to see how
angle
that lockup
the
actually
liner?
works. Yeah.
Rather than the blade.
You could have, but in order to do that, the liner would be. It'd be a lot easier to manufacture if it was a separate piece. That liner lock is the part of the full liner, so I don't know if that's what they did. I wouldn't think so.
And it's
Yeah.
a real asshole move to mention the fact that it's an ambidextrous clip with this thing. It fucking better be.
In this photo, it almost looks like it's got a radius and it's low on both edge.
You know, I mean, that could just be the pixelation on this, but if it
Yeah.
is, but that actually would be. Now that you're saying that, that actually probably would be a very smart way to do it, because if it is rounded in radius, you could expect it would be a pretty simple tool, because there's end mills you can get that are actually shaped. Hey, this is perfect. This wasn't planned at all. They're shaped like this, where you cut with the middle section and it creates this rounded interface. So that might just be how they did it.
Yeah.
That would probably be the cheapest way to do it.
So again, don't necessarily like the knife. Think it's kind of gross looking.
But neat. I'm actually surprised you don't like the look of the knife because you're into those mini pocket
Yeah,
rockets.
I was surprised.
No,
It was like,
it's okay. So here's the thing, though, is like well made, like some sort
Well,
of
it
unique
is still a
design.
boker. Come on, man.
So some sort of unique design that stands out in the blade shape or the whatever type of thing. This actually looks like the cheap mountain equipment co-op.
that's just the
like,
color of the handles yelling at you. Dude.
branded.
You know what it looks like? It looks like. Do you remember the what is that freaking company? The Lansky. Do you remember the Lansky slip joint knife
No.
with its
No.
weird S-curved hawkbill?
Vaguely, yes.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It looks like that
As
thing.
soon as you said the hawkbill weird recurved bullshit, like, yeah, okay, I think
Like
I
it
remember.
looks like I could buy this at a 3-pack from Cabela's for $35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what this knife looks
Yeah,
like, and it would
except
have Cabela's with
the-
a fishing rod and
Yeah,
a
sure,
bass across
but
the second one.
but
And,
it would
like-
give you 3 different colors, probably yellow, red, and this green, right?
100%
Like,
no, there's blue in there. Come on, you
You think there's
can't
blue? Really?
throw yellow in a fishing store. Come on.
Yellow in a fishing store. How dare you, Joe? I don't know
Is-
what that means.
I was
but
gonna
like
say,
it.
like, I don't know if that's a color to avoid in
Have to
fishing.
give
for
one to
whatever
your
reason.
kid, I guess. Like Jesus.
Yeah.
Also, he doesn't lose it.
I mean, the yellowest yellow. It's so yellow it's green is a fishing color.
Side note on while
Chartreuse.
we're talking about yellow for some reason, Spyderco, Eric had actually made a direct comment about just it's really difficult to make the laminates the way they want for the handles on the satin bladed pair of twos and pair of threes, the MagnaCut ones. To the point where he's like, I really wish I knew how difficult this was going to be before I committed to it, like last year. And he just kind of had this like 1,000 yard stare for a moment. So
Then
we might be waiting a while.
why would you announce the new ones, the pair of
Yeah.
threes then?
And the Mannix and the military. Yeah. It
Yeah,
was the black on
well,
black.
because they committed to the design. That's where all their design patents went into. So I mean, they're kind of locked in. So
Suckers.
all their copy was based off of that. They don't want to backtrack. And I mean, I guess the thought process is, once we have it figured out, it'll be a solved problem, and we never have to figure it out again. But I guess it's just been such a fucking slog to get to this point that it's like, Jesus, we should have just done something else, like solid yellow handles or something.
That
Anyway.
is fair.
So anyway,
Infinite
do this
saying in
with a
chat.
better knife. That's
Yeah.
what
That's
I'm
fair.
saying.
That's fair. That's probably 12C Sandvik in that thing anyway, if I remember correctly.
I think I heard something about a 12 CR.
Yeah,
So
I believe that too.
Okay,
I think he actually meant 12C Sandvik. But
that's
in
fair.
the height of the moment, I'm pretty sure he said the steel was a 12 CR, which I don't think is really anything. So
No,
it could be a thing, but I don't think he knows it's a thing.
Absolutely.
it's not the right level of
Infinite-
awareness yet.
Infinite in chat is saying that if it was from Cabela's, it'd be red, white, and blue, like the France flag.
Ah, that makes perfect sense.
Well, of course, just like France. Yeah. So yeah, we can get on to the WTFs now.
Well,
Let-
I just want to.
show
Can.
begin.
I'm surprised that the Demco Nano Shark didn't make it onto your list, Dennis. It's a little mini pocket rocket.
So
Yeah, it's cool.
Do
It's
I-
cool.
do I use this as an excuse to segue to something that did end up on my what the fuck list?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. Use it. Use
Yeah.
it real good.
Okay, so Demco made my what the fuck list. That alone I was not expecting. Demco's making and selling shuns now. What the fuck?
They're VG10. They're not VG Max.
It's VG10. It's hammered 67 layer Damascus or whatever. Like, this is the same shit you can buy on Amazon for like $30 a knife. And I'm sure they're heat treated correctly in this particular case, but it's like, I know that more and more companies are getting into kitchen knives. Nothing about these knives says Demco. This reeks of just rebranding bullshit, and dude, I fucking hate it. Like
I'd like to see his spine whack test on these ones.
Dude, it wasn't even Andrew Demko at the booth for this interview. It was I think it was his brother, or I think his younger brother. So it's like, didn't even want to be on camera for it.
Put this thing on the pendulum, man. Let's toss this thing.
Fuck.
David C. Anderson got called out because he called him Andrew at one point in the interview.
Oh yeah, he's so used to talking to Andrew in all his video. He looked
And
burned
you're like,
out.
oh, sorry. Yeah, you don't matter.
There were a couple videos where David C was looking kind of zombied
Yeah.
a little bit. So I mean, he must have gone through it. But
Oh,
holy,
dude, we've all
Anyway.
been to conventions. We know.
yeah,
That's a good one. Continue on. Government mandated. I drank too much. Jesus.
for sure. Yeah, so I mean, this is definitely a what the fuck, mostly because it's like, one, not expecting it for Demco, but two, it's like, seriously, bro, you're gonna break into kitchen knives and you're gonna do it like this? Fuck. Okay. Whatever makes you money. I mean, if you got a willing market for it, but I just expected to see something more Demco-ish brought to these knives. I don't know. It's just weird. It's really weirding me out. Like even the Spyderco kitchen knives that came out that we never actually saw. You remember
Sorry?
those? You remember the Spyderco kitchen knives with the I think it was, I forget what steel it was. We were all kind of excited about it.
With the crazy, I think it was like the camo G10 handles
Yeah, those actually
and the
looked,
blue steel.
yeah, and they looked like, I mean, albeit maybe just because of the little holes in the blade, but like it didn't look like a typical Japanese kitchen knife. But like, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about this.
No, and I think when you first mentioned like how disappointed you were, I was going to point out the fact that everybody under the sun has their own kitchen knives at this point, but this feels decidedly low effort.
That's the part. That's the part that bothers me. I think is
Yeah.
just, it's like, fuck it. All right.
It is also an easy knife to sell, as Jose is saying in chat.
Yeah, yeah.
Which, I mean, they look a lot like a Shun Premier. They look like they have a Konzo. Is it Konzo? Or the Ko handles from Miyabi. The traditional Japanese without any like steel embellishments or anything like that.
Dick Richards is saying we'd like the counter puppies from Spyderco.
Yeah, I think those things are cute.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're silly.
they are. They're extremely silly. And again, these look like fine kitchen knives, but they also just look like the blades from Shun. That's it.
We're being told we could do an entire episode that was just knife makers, kitchen knives, and I think I would be the only one that would be down for that.
Well,
We can probably get away with that one of these times. I know Jose's been pushing that for a while.
it wouldn't be a bad
Uh,
episode. I'd have fun with it.
I
I
was
got
just
told
gonna
I
say,
wasn't
I'm
allowed to
pretty
pick.
sure that Tojiro went out of business and just Demko bought all his, excess stock.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah. One of you guys want to go next for a what the fuck?
I
So
really had one standout that you guys probably don't know about because the other things were stupid things like the CRKT Tomahawk and other things,
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, you have my
The
attention.
SOG Auto multi-tool, things like that. It's
they re-released that thing, eh?
the Auto multi-tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Dennis, I'm looking at your photos now, and yeah, I also set photos of that thing aside.
So
Oh,
they say it's reminiscent of a Balisong lock.
This was also in my list.
yeah, good. I'm glad we're all on the same page.
I don't know what the hell this thing is called either. I don't know.
No, I don't even have a name.
So
It's like they
it's a
took
prototype.
Demko's lock and they're like, we'll make it backwards.
What if we made it more dangerously?
So I was a little confused watching it, and this may have been one of the last videos that I'd seen. But is the thing always free floating, or is there a magnet holding it in place when the latch is down?
I think there's a magnet that
Oh,
holds it.
It
okay.
looks like there's one at the butt end there, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess the idea here, for those of you who haven't seen a video of this thing, that latch goes where it looks like it should, and when you pop it loose, the blade falls open, and you can lock it shut by closing the latch again.
If you show the picture of it all the way open with the lock closed.
I only got 2 pictures of you from this, but I distinctly remember the email having 3. That's weird.
I had to forward it because I forgot to send the third one, so it might be.
Oh, I probably selected the wrong email, but I think I have one with it fully. Are you talking about, sorry, with the blade open, but the lock
and the lock down? Yeah,
I have
so
a
you can
photo
actually
of that.
there
So,
it is. Yeah. So you can see there what it kind of looks like fully open. So basically, as soon as you pop that top lock mechanism, the blade free swings. It's on bearings and it's pendulating like Cold Steel Mayhem trying to take your pinky. Because he was flicking it around quite a bit, right?
Well, so, and yes, talking about how scared he was of it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yes. In theory, once you get used to knowing that magnet's going to be there, you can grab that and go shunk shunk, just holding the little sticky thing. And if the detents and everything are proper, it should.
Well,
and he does say that the designer was doing exactly that at the show. Was like doing a bunch of like almost like Balisong style tricks with it at the booth. But and David C. Anderson was like, we're hoping we can get some B-roll of that, blah, blah, blah. You guys will know if we got any, because it'll be right here. And then nothing happened.
Yeah. As somebody who likes stupid bullshit mechanisms on their knives, I am distinctly interested in this, but it just seems like kind of a bad fucking idea.
It just seems dangerous.
Dude.
If
I had to guess, looking at this prototype, there looks like there's some sort of bridging little bar that goes between the 2 screws that are right behind where the stop pin would have to be. I'm guessing that the other side of that latch must kick up behind a part of the tang to keep it in place. And then it stays folded while the knife's on its way closed. My question is, can I theoretically start the blade open by popping the latch, reclose the latch, and then have the blade open all the way, or do I have to wait until it's fully open in order for me to close the latch? Okay.
Almost
In
guaranteed.
in the way that it looked on camera, it looked like that. Yeah.
The latter, yes.
Scares the shit out of me. This is maybe a fun knife to do tricks with, an interesting mechanism, but I don't know that I'd trust it for day-to-day use.
You know that Riot Karambit that everyone talks about being super dangerous?
The XOK, yes.
Yeah. Which one's worse, you think?
Oh man, I mean, probably both are worse for different reasons.
I have to see this a little bit more before I make my final decision, but
If
yeah,
if I had to guess, this one, if it fails, is going to be a more catastrophic failure for your fingers. The other one, if it fails, you're going to get a nasty jab in your palm, but you're not going to lose anything because of it, unless you get like a staph infection or something. As far as like the actual wound itself, I think the Karambit's less dangerous. I don't. Yeah, like Dennis said, I'd have to see it. If there's something funky going on under the hood that allows you to pop the latch, snap the knife, and have it ready, kind of like the 8015. Once you start the blade, oh man, this is gonna take too long for me to get this out. But once the 8015's blade starts moving, just like any other knife lock, and I'm thinking of this mainly because the lock bar shape is similar, for it to just pop back in. If it does something like that where it locks in place, I don't think I'll be as concerned. But as it stands right now, the thing sketches me right out.
Yeah, it freaked me out a little bit.
Like it may as
I
well
want to
give
play
it,
with one.
may as well give it a kukri blade just to make sure it goes right through my fingers. Because I mean, want
Hey
to make
man,
it.
I saw a frenzy do that.
Well, took me a second, but yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Good old Meat Glove. Not related to Meat Boot in the slightest.
It's the cold steel. I need stitches. Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
I mean, when did they come out with that one?
they already did.
Is
it's
it
all
that triple
the triple action?
the triple action,
That
like the flipper
Nah,
folder thing?
that one you were okay. The worst thing would happen is you jab the inside of your handles.
Hmm.
But I'm glad we all elected to talk about this particular knife because, yeah, the first thing out of my mouth was, "Oh, what the fuck am I looking
Yep.
at?"
yeah.
I was excited for like half a second, but then I saw the trepidation with which the demonstrator was using the knife. I'm like, "Oh, if Buddy's scared of this thing."
I wonder if he only ever saw it here.
This is his introduction to the prototype. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that
This is what you're going
sucks.
to be playing with. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. That is unfortunate.
Absolutely.
So yeah, CRKT made a messed up tomahawk.
They
Yeah,
did.
I didn't grab any photos of that, did you?
No, but CRKT's already got it up on their website, so you can see it there, and they even have a little video showing how it works.
So the best part about that is I just assumed that we would all talk about it, so I didn't bother grabbing it either.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mute myself here in a sec. There we go. Okay, so yes, it's dumb. I mean, I still want it.
I was waiting for a. I mean, come on.
God, dual wielding these things would be so stupid. But you see my point of confusion here, or not confusion, but
Trepidation.
hesitation. My sticking point with this design is the entire mechanism is hinging, heck, quite literally, right behind the head of the axe. So I'm never going to use this for anything more than light choppings, which means this is even more so a novelty buy, which is fine. That's clearly what this kind of thing is made for. Also, 350 American. Jesus, yeah, I guess it would have to be for this kind of mechanism with, you know, this.
How
weird of a
uncomfortable
shape.
do you think that handle is?
It's probably fine if you're just goofing around with it, but if you were to actually try to use it for like any halfway serious work, you'd probably get sick of it pretty fast.
How long do you think it'll be before they have a plastic version?
Oh, don't give me hope. I'd buy a plastic version.
I know you would.
Dude, okay, but the problem is this thing is $350. How much cheaper could you make it by going plastic? Like, you're really only going to go down to what, like 200? Which means for us, still like a $300 folding axe.
What's the regular provoke to the The cheap
It's a
provoke.
third the cost, so that actually, yeah, okay. This thing for 125 or 100, like 100, yeah,
I
around
might
there.
buy it for 125 just to huck it at stuff.
Well, at 120, yeah, okay. You know what? I'll say it here. Even if it's 4116, I mean, it's an axe, so why do I care? If it's 125 bucks American, I'd probably pick up. And you know what? If it's polymer handled, it's probably more comfortable than if this is a metal handle. Like I didn't actually look into this, but
Yeah.
yeah, they went D2. Okay.
Jose saying the entire thing is a hotspot.
Handle material stainless steel with glass reinforced overlays. So this
Oh.
is the cheaper version.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably never
They've
gonna.
already cheaped out. Surprise, asshole! It was cheap the whole time.
Exactly. Aw, I love CRKT specifically for stupid bullshit like this.
Yeah, it's a fun, silly thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It looks like a lot of fun to deploy.
Mhm, mhm.
And it's not a knife, so it's not a gravity knife. It's a gravity axe.
Wow, it's a centrifugal axe.
Yeah.
So I think that probably, I don't know. Anyone else got some WTFs?
I
got a
think
WTF.
I had one more, but yeah, Paul, you go.
Um.
Oh,
So
ours may have been the same.
okay. Is it the what is it? What the hell was that stupid thing called? Come on. I know I have it here. It is the Pocket Beast.
No, it was the other one.
Is this the artisan?
But
No.
same blade, sir. Same blade, basically.
Same blade. Same blade. I have both in the photo that I sent you. I sent you both.
Because you're good like that.
But yeah, the Pocket Beast is a tracker folder from Condor with all the things that being a folding knife from Condor entails.
That was the most diplomatic burn I've heard in fucking weeks, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I made that burn in corporate.
Oh, made me offended in legalese.
Yeah.
Nice. I wasn't even the target. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
So I'm gonna throw up a picture of that poker, and then I'm gonna go throw up.
I was gonna say I'm gonna throw up too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Well, here's your photo from Blade HQ. Looks like I got a photo still from some video. I don't know if
I
it's
felt
much
like
better.
I was cheating, but yeah. How did two companies come up with folding trackers this year with micarta handles? What is happening?
Hilarious. But isn't the Boker one like also licensed?
The Boker one's based off of the fixed blade. That's
Well,
like,
it's a mini Boker or a mini tracker or a micro tracker or something like that.
Something like
yeah,
that.
because
So-
they have a fixed bladed version of this one
they
already
do.
that looks identical. I'm pretty sure Infinite actually has that fixed blade.
The
in chat.
worst part is this knife equally squicks me out and attracts me. I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, oh, I would carry the shit out of this. I love it.
So partially I put both of them in here because they're both kind of what the fuck.
Yeah.
But also I put them both in here because Condor, this is how you do that. If you're gonna do it, do better.
Well, no,
Or
but
just
this
make fixed
looks
blades.
just like how Condor would do that.
Yep, you got
Yeah, it does look exactly how Condor would do it.
And like Joe
the Pocket
Flowers scribbled on a napkin when he saw the Boker one, and they're like, "Here, this looks cool. Make this." And he took the napkin.
Why is
he was wrong?
Why? Yes, but why? And he's dangerous with a machete to his friends.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
Why the fuck is that thumb stud so far over on this knife? Why didn't they use an opening hole?
Don't worry about it.
I'm looking at this. I'm like, it's an outdoor Pocket Beast knife, but
they wanted the thumb stud to be in the worst possible location, so
Dude,
you can't use
that's fucked up.
Compound grind at all.
That's super fucked up.
Yeah,
like
it's delightful.
That gets in the way of all my activities.
Yeah.
Well, most of them.
All your pastimes.
Yeah. On the flip side, it's a flipper. The Boker version actually looks usable.
Yeah, and 154 cm, so nice and tough in a folder.
Well, yeah, and it's stupid. Don't get me wrong. Like that little.
I want one, but I don't want to buy one.
Well, it's gonna. Actually, Boker's costs haven't been as crazy as I expected them to be on a few of their newer models. I don't know what this one would go for. Uh, they might have it listed on their website. We can check.
It's a bit like a moped. I want to own it, but I don't want people to know that I have it.
I understand. $125. I mean, American, but even so, that's actually not bad at all for a Boker Plus and 154. Huh. That pocket clip looks pretty okay too. And they give you a forward lanyard hole. Okay, this thing isn't the worst thing in the world. I am a little.
Squonked out by it.
Well, it's a liner lock on a knife that theoretically you might want to chop with a little bit. As long as you're not batoning with it, I guess it's probably fine. Huh. You know what? Yeah, fuck it.
No, I'm just feather sticking with it. That's what you're doing. You're using that little hook.
Dude, if you had
a
dedicated feather sticker.
Well, yeah. I mean, how else are you going to stick those feathers?
Well, sometimes
stick them real good.
So I'm glad this is in the what the fuck category because what the fuck? Look at it, but I also still kind of want one. Yeah. Awful.
Good times. Good times. I mean, you can put a lot of Condor stuff into the what the F category. You know?
Dude, yeah, back to your we really should be talking about the knife you originally brought up, this thing. You are correct. It's all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah.
So they call this a pocket beast folder. Do you know how big this thing is?
No, it looks pretty small. That blade looks, I mean, if it's big, that blade's in weird proportions.
It is, and the hardware's in weird proportions, but
I don't know that I think it was drawn on a napkin, not to scale, and then somebody thought it was to scale.
Well, they gave it a Benchmade pocket clip, but they ground off the sides, so that's interesting. $10.95. Okay, blade is, dude, no, it's a almost 4.2 inch blade. That thing's no, it's a pocket beast. That's like military sized.
That's weird,
dude.
Why, it's got no clip?
No, it's got a clip.
Oh, it does. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, it is a straight up Benchmade ripoff.
Yeah.
Wait,
the old Benchmade clips.
So this thing's fucking huge. Again, why the hell did you put that thumb stud there? It's double-sided, but you only have the one clip position, and it's right in the middle of your cutting path.
And that clip position is awesome. Dude, think about how that knife is going to hang in your pocket.
Dude,
thank you.
That's like assuming this is a similarly sized handle, I'd have to push near the middle of this blade in order to get it to open. I'm going to cut the fuck out of my thumb trying to do that. And on this blade, that tracker style blade, you're going to need a hospital trip. You're going to be stuck in the middle of the woods with your thumb cut in half.
Who needs thumbs, Joe?
This guy to do this.
Touche.
How else would I do?
Got me there.
Yeah.
So an abomination.
Wow. Okay, that's actually the first entry in the what the fuck category that actually like legitimately pissed me off a little bit.
You're welcome.
At first I was just disappointed with the Demko shuns, but then I was amused by a folding axe. Now I'm just fucking mad. Holy shit, that's awful.
Well, I mean, we could go into the lackluster divisions of Benchmade and Wii and Civivi, but who cares?
There's a reason
as the things that just upset you, and you're like, come on, guys.
Can we talk a little bit about the Zompopo as well?
Zompopo?
It was really hard for me not to pick the Zompopo.
What is this?
If you look up, it's a condor.
Okay.
It's Zompopo. Apparently, it's named after some type of leaf cutter ant.
I just spelled out Zompoop. You're welcome.
Like that, but different.
A gift for both of us.
We already talked about that. It was the Slim Jim too.
Oh, dude. Zombie poop would be the worst.
Dude, this is a recurved tracker. In the worst possible way, it's a recurved tracker.
Lackluster.
What the
Meh.
fuck? Okay, so I remember him talking about this in the video. It's based off of
Oh
some
yes.
ant's mandible.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a leafcutter ant mandible.
he
And
was talking about wanting people to use it as like a pical knife and like a karambit and messing people up, but also going and hanging out in the woods.
in a tactical setting, sure, that makes a lot of sense. If somebody pulled this out in front of me, I would scream and give them whatever they wanted. I would, here, take it. I don't need it anymore.
No, Paul, that when we get the next condor order,
Just make
you're
sure you
getting robbed, sir.
don't bring your Grimsmo to work is what is what you should take from that.
That's what I heard. Gonna go Christmas
Look,
I mean, you've
penguin.
expressed publicly that you will not fight, sir.
so
You gonna fight that?
I don't have it here in front of me, but I do have my matriarch in front of me, which has a similar-ish blade shape to my Black Talon 2, which I have given to my mother to use in the garden, and she has used and liked quite a bit. Looking at this knife and thinking about what she typically does and what she would want the knife for, digging around in the dirt, yeah, okay, this might actually be somewhat useful for someone like that.
As
But
a mushroom picking knife, sure.
but I can't imagine outside of that specific.
Him talking about using it as a bushcraft knife made me physically angry. I like Joe Flowers. He's a silly man, and I enjoy him. But he was talking about using the tip to cut wire and like strip wire. Why are you stripping wire bushcrafting, sir?
Well,
What are you doing in the woods?
I think your first mistake was like.
I think we do bushcraft differently.
Yeah, there's something different.
I mean,
He's just nesting in the ventilation system. That's all. It's
Yeah,
that makes all the sense.
strip these wires.
He's bushcrafting in the middle of an IKEA warehouse.
It's you gotta stay warm at night.
It's gonna dry out, man.
Just here in the background, there he is. He's starting another fire.
Get away from the copper.
Get.
Hey, he's not
All
trying
right.
to. Oh, anyway, wow.
Are we calling this a night? It's 20 after 9.
On the
Hell,
oh Jesus.
Oh shit! It's 20 after 9.
Yeah,
On the note of the Zompopo, I think that's the best place to just cut it out.
Indeed.
I think we're all a little Zompopo after this year's SHOT Show.
Yeah,
That's a good way to put it.
Everybody's a little Zompopo.
I'm all Zompopo'd out.
MacGyver urban
I'm
crafting.
sure. Stick around to the Cutting Edge Cutlery Co.'s website because you'll be seeing some of these good, bads, and what the Fs, whether we like it or not. We're going to sell some of them just because it's a provoke hatchet. Just because.
Aw, man.
That's what you get when you mess with the Warrior.
I can't wait to play with it. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I can't wait to find out who cuts themselves first.
Oh,
My money's on Mark.
Yeah, but he's got to be getting cut by Alex.
Oh.
All right.
We'll just
Yeah,
throw
all right.
them both under the bus. Why not?
Yeah, you know.
Get him.
We'll just have our own personal Thunderdome.
Can we?
I'm well equipped. Get Nanchest.
Gotta get my.
I'm gonna have to carry a Nanchest to protect me against that ant mandible.
Yeah, I think it's horrifying.
That Zampopo will.
But if you carry them both in Pical style grips, then who wins now?
I think we all lose.
I'm afraid of catching that to the forearm and just splitting myself wide open.
Yeah.
Style grip. Get your Picals together.
Sure.
There you go. So, yeah. Someone else thanks someone.
Thanks to everybody on the Instagrams that continues to follow us. We appreciate you. I said I was gonna post something on Instagram and I didn't. I haven't.
That'll
I
teach
might.
you.
Yeah.
I'll teach you to believe my lies.
Yeah, that's what you get. So
Stick around for a post this week.
I didn't say this week. I said I might start posting again, and apparently it hasn't happened yet. So stay tuned. Edge of your seat. Edge of your seat.
Thanks also to everyone, past, present, future, who've donated on Patreon. We really do appreciate it. Send a big thank you. Eventually, probably there'll be another thank you. We might thank you twice, even in how many years? I mean, You're
We'll never
welcome.
know.
Be grateful.
Enjoy us.
Uh,
Enjoy.
Good times. Good
You made
times.
it weird,
Right.
Joe. You made it weird.
I think back next week. Good times. We'll probably have some
think
new
so.
crap to talk about.
Probably.
Indeed.
You know, new crap. This, that, and the other. So thanks for joining us, guys. We will see you back here again next week, 7:15 Mountain Standard Times. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. We will see you next week. I am who I am. I'm Dennis Vipers.
I am there, Joe.
I'm XL.ca.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.
Yeah, there's
I
no
have-
ramblings.
I
Just
have
go
butter,
home.
butter chicken.
Just-
Been
Just go
simmering.
home and butter your chicken.